On the College Voice, we talk all things Golden Globes, including the controversy.
And you've been waiting. The game show is back, and you may see faces like this one.
Taste Test is back. Bella and Anna will tell you if this coffee is yum or yuck. This is the College Voice.
Welcome back. This is the College Voice. I'm Jariah.
And I'm Valencia.
And we're here in the main room, and then in the control room we have Alex and we have Bella.
Hi,
How's
everyone.
everybody doing? How y'all feeling? How you feeling?
I'm good.
You good? You good?
Blessed and highly favored. Hello.
Friday, some good music has dropped today. I just love Friday. Got my haircut this week. What about y'all? Like, what's going on with y'all week?
My week was actually good. It went by super fast. The sunshine definitely helped it go along, but I'm doing good.
The wind definitely did not help it go along, though. It helped me go along and made me fall, but that was it. So.
For sure. Like, I really enjoyed it because, like, the one day of warmth that we had was cool, but then, of course, it was cold the next day.
It snowed the next day.
Right, but that's Ohio for you,
Yeah, for sure.
But the Golden Globes happened this past week, and there's been a lot of interesting news around it. Apparently, the ratings for it were a disaster, according to CNBC.com. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association, which presents the awards, is also working on a diversity committee after being under heavy fire for its lack of black voters and reporters of corruption. Even still, many black films and actors made history as many received their first Golden Globe Awards. Now, some say the award show was beyond saving. Many think that some of these awards were given to black films and actors to bring in more attention from a black audience. What do you all think of award shows? Do they lack representation? Were they losing credibility before the pandemic? I think that they were. So I think a lot of black people that I know, of course, we don't necessarily watch award shows because we feel like a lot of people that are up for awards do not get them as they should, or we think that they're worthy of it, but they just won't get it. But I think that happens a lot. What do you think, though?
Yeah, I definitely do think that a lot of like actors of color in general just get snubbed.
Yeah.
But then we also have to pay attention to who is giving out these awards and who picks them and how are they qualified to say, oh yes, you deserve this. Oh yes, who are you?
But
And
how do y'all feel?
Yeah,
Bella has a hot take. I already know.
I definitely agree with Valencia. Like, who was picking the awards and why? I'm sure there's an explanation somewhere, but I liked when we were little and we could vote in the Kids' Choice Awards for Nickelodeon, and you feel like you actually had a say. I feel like that's what award shows should be like. Ask the people who are watching the films. Ask your audience who they want to win, what they want to see, stuff like that. So I definitely agree that there's some weirdness going on with who's picking the awards. And yeah, I think even before the pandemic, they were losing credibility because of the diversity thing. But also, just when I would like watch award shows, even for the smallest amount of time, the people, like when people give their acceptance speeches and stuff, it's like, what are you even saying?
Right.
Like, it feels like people just draw on about things that like they're not qualified to like talk about, or like, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the acceptance speeches, so it's just kind of like, I don't know. And then you also feel like a lot of people do get snubbed, like Valencia said. So it's like, it makes you not even want to watch it.
Well,
what do you
Alex,
think?
like, I want to hear your thoughts too, though. What do you think?
So actually I did, I'm in opinion writing right now, and I did one of my opinion pieces on the Golden Globes specifically on the nominations. And I found out that for the Golden Globes specifically, it's a very small group of journalists that have to be based in San Francisco, but they have to be international journalists, which for me kind of puts into this perspective of like, okay, well, what if the director and everyone who was in the film, or like the whole premise of the film is Bronx, New York? How is someone from San Francisco going to understand it? It might not be for them. It might not be, they might not be the audience. So how can they actively vote on it?
Yeah.
Also,
go ahead.
Sorry. Also, like, to you guys' point, I think that there is a huge lack of representation. Of course, we see that with every show,
100%.
including Grammys, Tonys, Oscars. We see that all the time.
Really quick, didn't you say that you saw something about like they're not trying to have a diversity committee?
Yeah, so after they were under fire for not having any black voters within their 87 people, they were like, well, you should like be mindful of that. And so that a diversity committee was suggested, but they said no. They said, no,
And
we don't need that.
Really?
I'm like, what's
Yeah.
the point in bringing up this diversity committee if you're not gonna have, like, you're already under fire for not having enough black voters, and then you're just gonna say you're not gonna have one, because
That's
obviously
a statement. Like, you're trying to
exactly,
say something with
like
that.
obviously their viewership among black, their black audience has been terrible. It's like getting worse, and it's like it just shows how some of these publications, award shows, all these different things just do not care. It's sad, but I still think that, like you said, that's a very huge statement because they brought it up. They know that it's a problem, but then they said, you know what? No, we're not going to do anything about it.
But I think it also shows, like, in the statement, like, if you look at some of the shows and also movies that have been nominated, like, what's her name? Cynthia Evero.
Yeah.
She was in Harriet last year. She was the only, I believe, black woman to be nominated in an acting category, but it was for
Playing
Harriet. It was for playing
That's
Harriet
a topic
Tubman.
all in its own. If you look about, if you
keep going.
look
Go
at
ahead.
the amount of black people who did win awards, what roles did they win their awards for? Were they being a mammy? Were they being a slave?
Yeah.
Were they being a civil rights activist?
Talk about it.
Ooh, talk
Like,
about it.
come on.
And that's why it's very good. For example, one role that I was happy to see win an award was Jamie Foxx's role as the main character in Soul. But even people were still thinking how it was interesting how in Disney movies, black people will be turned into something else. Like Princess and the Frog, I can't remember the princess's name, but she was turned into Tiana. I was tripping. She was turned into a frog. Then Jamie Foxx is turned into a soul. It's like he couldn't keep his person, his his natural characteristics as a human being. So we're always kind of turning to something else. Another story for another day, of course. But to touch on something that Bella said, I do think that there should be a certain group of individuals that are here to vote on these things because they have the expertise in that area. Whereas if we were just to vote, I think that's going to make it a popularity contest.
Yeah, and that's not fair to new and upcoming
exactly.
artists.
Because we'll be like, all right, I know who this person is, so we should just vote for them, compared to I know that the skill they put behind it and the work that they put behind it to make sure that it's a great product. But as we continue to move forward during this pandemic, we will see how award shows maintain and improve their credibility and viewership in the future. Now, we have Bella in her astrology game show.
The College Voice is back with a special game show where your favorite TV2 hosts battle head to head. Today, we have a special topic for our competition, and it's one of my favorite things to talk about. Welcome to a game show that is truly out of this world because we are talking about astrology. I will be asking our competitors, Anna and Mackenzie, questions about the zodiac signs of all of the hosts on our show with 2 bonus questions at the end. With all that being said, let's get started. Our very special contestants today, as I said, are Anna and our newest cast member to the College Voice, the stylish Mackenzie. Okay, you guys ready for this? I'm ready. Okay. First question. This host's zodiac sign is known for being extremely sensitive and in tune with their emotions. Is it A, Bella, who's a Cancer, B, Alencia, who is a Libra, or C, Jiraiya, who is a Gemini?
Wait, who's it for?
I think either one of you. Just go. Whoever goes faster.
Bella, Cancer.
Okay, good job. That was right. Okay. All right, yeah, so it's like a competition to see who's faster. Who answers faster. Pretend you have a buzzer in front of you. Okay. This host's zodiac sign is known for thriving in social settings and communication. Is it A, Anna, who's a Cancer, B, Alex, who is a Scorpio, or C, Jiraiya, who is a Gemini?
Ooh, Gemini.
Alex. Oh.
No, Mackenzie was right.
I don't know anything
Gemini.
about astrology. I'm thinking about the person and what I think
that goes hand in hand.
Okay.
The person and the zodiac sign. Okay. All right. This host's zodiac sign is known for working intensely to achieve their goals by any means necessary. Is it A, Alencia, who's a Libra, B, Alex, who is a Scorpio, or C, Bella, who is a Cancer?
Libra.
I'm just gonna say Cancer. Really?
No, we both got it wrong. It's Alex, who's a Scorpio. That's
Okay.
a Scorpio trait, is the intensity to get to their goals. All right, next question. This host's zodiac sign is known to dislike conflict, doing all that they can to keep peace with the people around them. Is it A, Alencia, who's a Libra, B, Jiraiya, who's a Gemini, or C, Anna, who's a Cancer?
Libra.
A.
Libra. Yep.
Was it
You're
A?
both right, but Mackenzie got it
You're a
faster.
Libra, or no? I'm a Libra.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I knew that.
I don't
Oh,
really
yeah.
know anything about the signs. I just like try and think about the person.
Yeah, like I said, it goes hand in hand. I hope you guys are keeping score.
Yeah, they
I'm
are
not.
on the screen.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Next question. This host zodiac sign is known to cling to a small number of people who they love and trust. Is it A, Alex, who's a Scorpio, B, Anna, who is a Cancer, or C, Jiraiya, who is a Gemini?
Be Cancer.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Good
Definitely
job.
didn't know that one.
Okay, now we have 2 bonus questions. So, this member of the College Voice crew has a zodiac sign that is known for loving to surround themselves with people in social gatherings. Is it A, Janelle, who's a Cancer, B, Bella, who is a Cancer, or C, Shane, who's a Libra?
Wait.
C, Libra.
Yeah, it would have to be. You did 2 Cancers. You messed up.
Oh, well, you didn't get it right. Well, you didn't get it fast enough. Okay, yeah, so Mackenzie got that one. Last question. This member of the College Voice crew has a zodiac sign that is known for being genuinely affectionate, but cautious with who they give that affection to. Is it A, Anna, who's a Cancer, B, Janelle, who's a Cancer, or C, Jiraiya, who's a Gemini?
Okay, so
I'm
A
not
and
affectionate.
B.
Thanks for letting us know. Anyone else have another guess?
It would be A and B, correct?
Yeah,
Because
but
they're the same.
there's only one right answer.
Okay,
Oh.
then A. Not me. Not me.
Yeah, you were A. So
Oh,
it's
B.
B, Janelle, who's a Cancer. All right,
We
so
tied.
Oh.
who won?
We tied.
We tied.
Unless they're not giving me that point.
I don't think you should give it to her. I think you should let me win.
Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, I'm out of questions, so maybe rock, paper, scissors to see who wins.
I'll do rock,
Okay.
paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh,
All right, Mackenzie wins.
I don't
they got our
lose
names
ever.
mixed
We
up.
have a winner. Congratulations to Mackenzie for being the newest expert astrologer in our cast. Next up, we go into the future with our thoughts about what life will be like after quarantine. All this on the College Voice after the break.
All right. I know this isn't any fun to talk about, but we should. Okay, so who's gonna do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And I'll try to get the generator going without any gas.
Oh, let's not forget the cell phones, which probably won't work.
Right.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
Well, I think we couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
After struggling through this pandemic, I think everyone wants things back to normal. But will there ever be a normal again? When do you think this will all be over and we will be at concerts bumping into a bunch of sweaty people? When do you think the mask will once be a thing in the past, or will it ever be? I want to hear your guys' thoughts.
I mean, I don't know if I want the mask to go away all the way. I kind of like the mask, and now that I have like 12 of them, I don't want to just like never wear them again, especially because now I have some that match my outfit, so I think it's pretty fun. But I mean, I think, what was it? The CDC said hopefully like summer would be the time where we would start getting back to normal. But in my head, I'm like, I would rather put another year on that. Because like they've told us multiple times, oh, it's gonna go back to normal in January. Oh, it's gonna go back to normal in March.
Yeah, remember
Everything's
the
gonna be
summer,
fine.
it was only supposed to be 2 weeks.
Right, it's supposed to be 2. That's why like everyone quarantined for the summer, not for the summer, for like 2 weeks in the summer, and then they were like, psych, actually this is bigger than we thought, which is fair because it was, and no one really knew. But it's, I think for me, it's easier to just be like, you know what, it's gonna take a while than always trying to find that end date, because if I keep trying to find that end date, I'm gonna get sad.
Yeah,
But,
that's true. That's how I kind of feel. Like I don't want to be like, oh, we got 2 more weeks and it's all gone. So like I feel like I'm just kind of living in the moment, I guess. And I mean, I definitely want things back to the way they used to be. I personally would just want to do what I used to be doing and not have to worry about anything else type of thing. What do you guys think?
What do you think?
So I think that, I don't know about you guys, but when recently, I've seen bigger crowds start coming together, or when I'm at a bar or something like that, and I'm around a bunch of people, I start to get anxiety. It's like that I've adjusted to this life of social distancing, and now that things are sort of kind of coming back to the way they were before, it's like I get anxiety about it, and I'm like, I wonder when I'll start to feel comfortable around bigger groups of people, because right now I don't.
Yeah, that's interesting, because it makes me think about all the things we started doing once the pandemic started that we should have been doing already. There's no reason for you to be, if we were in a grocery store in line, it's really no reason for you to be right behind me. Space. 6 feet is really not a bad idea, regardless.
It's not.
But did y'all see that in Texas, I believe their mask mandate is gone, right?
Everything's back 100% open.
Which is very interesting.
We'll let them
let them test it out and see what happens.
Goes.
I mean, Florida's been like that for a while.
Florida goes by their own
rules,
though.
They have a low case number.
They have a low case. I mean, who really knows how many numbers anybody
all the
has?
numbers.
You know what I mean? All the numbers are messed up, including Ohio's. I have a friend that goes to Belmont University in Nashville, and she was like, how they have this street that's full of these amazing bars from a lot of them that are owned by these huge country artists. And once she went in there just to be you know what, I'm gonna have my mask on, it's gonna be fine, and they kicked her out because she had a mask on. People were like, oh, you have a mask on, you need to get out of here. And it was like, whoa, wait, what are you talking about? I'm not bothering anybody. I'm just wearing a mask.
If there's no mandate, it's still your choice.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be people shouldn't, if it's gone, people shouldn't be looked for not wearing one, and people shouldn't be looked upon for wearing one.
And that's the thing that I'm worried about, is that now that these mandates are gone, it's going to be a thing of people are going to start kicking people out for wearing masks. And I'm going to be like, well, that's not helpful either. I don't know why.
Yeah, if it's a choice, then it's a choice, and it needs to be that way. It shouldn't be looked upon down. You should be able to pick what you want to do if it's a choice.
But if it's a choice, I'm choosing not to go to Texas.
I agree.
Yeah, I think I'm ready for things to start slowly but surely getting back to opening up. And I know this summer I want to go to concerts, and I want to go to a baseball game and stuff like that. Maybe not at full capacity for sure, but I wouldn't mind seeing things starting to slowly allow people in.
Yeah, going through my memories, I'll look at my concerts and I'm like, wow, you can't even believe that.
Or some of the plans that I had, I mean, we've talked about this before, I'm graduating, this was supposed to be the year that I saved a lot of money, and so I was planning on trips with my friends, oh, okay, we're gonna have a road trip or blah blah blah, and we're like, well, I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that now, because it's so polarizing with people wanting, wearing masks, people not wearing masks, people getting upset if you wear masks or not. It's why do I want to put myself through that, where someone's yelling at me when I'm just trying to keep myself safe? I'm not saying anything about them, I'm doing stuff for me, and I don't want to get yelled at and then be in a fight with someone for no reason. But Mackenzie, I agree with you, I would love to go to a concert, but I also don't know how comfortable I would be. Yeah. Would I always just be thinking in the back of my head, even if we all were to get vaccinated and everything was fine again, how would I, know?
Yeah. I also, when I watch movies now, or, like she said, look at my Snapchat memories, and I see things with a big crowd of people with no masks on, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so weird to even think this happened at one point.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that during the pandemic, we have found some great new shows to watch. So coming up next, Alex will be talking about some of the best shows we have found over this past year. Stick with us to maybe find some new ideas for your next binge.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
The pandemic might have stopped a lot of things from happening, but it didn't stop streaming platforms from turning out new and old content. Many shows like WandaVision and Framing Britney Spears have been trending on social media, but some people still have their favorite shows that they just cannot stop watching. So, what have been your go-to shows? And have you been watching the new shows, or will you just be sticking with your favorites? Personally, I've been sticking with my favorites. I've been watching some new shows, but I've been really prepping for the new season of Nailed It that's coming out on Netflix in about a
You
week and a
kind of
half.
sound like that lady.
What are you talking?
I don't even know what show that is.
I don't know
Really?
either.
It's basically, honestly though, I think I do too.
Oh my
I
God.
love her. But it's basically this cooking show where people who cannot cook are trying to make these elaborate cakes in like 4 hours. And like when I say they can't cook, I mean like they can't bake cookies. And they're trying to make these like dinosaur cakes.
Okay.
And it never looks good.
It's
and
like
then
the Pinterest fails live on video,
and
right?
it's so good.
It's funny.
What about you, Dre?
For me, one of my go-to shows right now is Snowfall. I'm not sure if any of you have ever seen that.
No.
It's on FX. It's a really interesting show. It's basically about it deals with a lot of drugs, of course, but it like deals with culture of the 80s and stuff like that, and it's very interesting. It's a predominantly black cast in the show, but it's very interesting how things progress throughout the show. Like I just watched a new episode last night, and it's like the character development in this show is really good, and it's also a lot of drama, as I would love in the show. And then for all my anime viewers out there, this is other show I watch. It's called Jujutsu Kaisen. I love that show. I binged it. It's like
Wait, which one is that one about?
oh man, I don't even know how to explain it. It's basically about like these dudes that are like sorcerers trying to fight demons and things like that.
What
But
platform is it on?
this is on Crunchyroll. Like I watched Jujutsu
love
Kaisen on this
Crunchyroll.
streaming platform called Crunchyroll. It's an app that I have on my phone, and then I watch Snowfall on Hulu. Like I either watch it live on FX when it comes on, or if I can't make it to watch it live, I'll watch it on Hulu. But what about y'all? What do y'all
I
watch?
have some good ones.
Okay.
Okay, so over the summer, my mom and I watched Handmaid's Tale, which is really good.
That looks
It's
nice.
it's like futuristic, and it's like scary because it can actually happen. They're coming out with a new season like in May, I think. That's really good.
Okay.
Okay, so that one's good. The next one is Ozark,
Ah, that's a
which
good
is so
one.
good because I was a big Breaking Bad person. Like that's one of
Okay.
my favorite shows, and I could never find anything like it. But I feel like Ozark's pretty similar, like thriller-wise. And then I just watched Behind Her Eyes, and you have to watch it. It is crazy. I finished it, like there's only 6 episodes, so like, but I finished it at like 1 a.m. and had no one to talk to.
I watched Bridgerton when it came out like over winter break, and I watched that in like 2 days, so that was a quick binge, and I thought it was pretty good. I definitely liked the setting. Like I love all like the ball gowns and the balls and the classical music and stuff like that, so I was a fan of that. And I also watched Queen's Gambit, and I really wasn't a fan of that. I personally felt like I didn't know where the plot was going the whole time. Like it just felt very like just on the same level to me. Like I just
Not
didn't.
a fan of those.
I just didn't feel invested in any of the characters. So that was me personally.
Well, we may all have different go-to shows, but when it comes to food, we all have the same go-to taste testers. Next up is Anna and Bella, where they try a quite interesting drink.
Oh, sorry. This week for Taste Test Tuesday, Bella and I tried Japanese canned coffee.
Keep watching to find out if the coffee was
Hello, Taste Test Tuesday viewers. Today we are here with the pioneer of canned liquid coffee in Japan, Coffee.
Coffee. It doesn't make us go ugh. But this is interesting. I feel like it's probably gonna just taste like your bottled Starbucks and Dunkin' iced coffee drinks. I feel like it's gonna be like that.
That could be a cheaper alternative.
It could. How much was it?
$2, I think. It's in the foreign section at the store.
Interesting. All right. I'm excited to try it.
I'd say it's an average color. I mean, it's the color of a normal Starbucks.
Yeah, it looks like your average cold latte.
It smells pretty strong.
It smells like espresso.
This is coffee though. It's not espresso.
I guess not. It just smells like it.
It does.
I love the smell of
It
coffee.
does. It actually does smell like high quality and good.
It does. I love the smell of coffee on a cloudy Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
1, 2, Joe.
Salty.
Salty.
Mine's salty, but it's good.
I don't taste salt.
Salty. It's pretty sweet.
It is really sweet. I definitely taste a lot of milk. If anything, I feel like it's coffee flavored milk.
Yeah. The aftertaste though is like stronger coffee though.
Yeah, it does have a coffee aftertaste, but when you're just drinking it, like, I don't see really much of a coffee taste to it. I mean, if you don't like strong coffee, you like kind of like the sweeter lattes, then I think this drink will be for you.
Coffee. It's not but it's not, I mean, obviously it's not.
It's yum. It should be called YUM coffee.
I don't know. Like, I probably wouldn't buy it again. Like, I would much rather go to the store or make it myself.
What would dictate me buying that again is if I get a lot of caffeine from it. Because, like, if I'm going to drink coffee, I want to feel energized from it. So I wouldn't just buy that because I have coffee at home, have an espresso maker at home. So unless I'm in a pinch and I need something quick at the grocery store, I'm probably not gonna buy that.
Can's giving it a little bit of a metal taste. A little irony.
You're drinking it from the can. I'm drinking it from a red Solo cup.
Yeah, it's just like metally, and kind of salty.
I don't taste the salt in mine with a coffee aftertaste.
This includes 20 grams of added sugar.
Whoa!
That's uck. If you're feeling anything, it's probably from a sugar high, not even caffeine.
Alrighty then. I would give this drink maybe a 7 out of 10 because
it went down the wrong pipe. I would give the Uck canned Japanese coffee a 7.2 out of 10.
But it was a cool experience to try Japanese canned coffee today. Well, if you're having an Uck day, we hope this makes you feel better.
Bye. What do you guys think about the Uck coffee?
I think I'll pass on the Uck coffee. Y'all's reaction didn't give me enough. Like
there really wasn't much to go off of.
Yeah, it was just a pretty neutral.
Yeah.
Like I said, it just tasted like coffee flavored milk, and there are a million better options for your coffee out there.
Were there other flavors?
No. And
so what was the flavor?
Just
coffee?
normal because
Okay.
there wasn't it wasn't vanilla. It wasn't. But I mean, if there was, I would just say vanilla because it didn't have anything special.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just straight espresso. It had some sort of milk cream.
Yeah,
well,
I was
we
gonna
looked
say
it
it was
up.
like a little
powdered milk.
Oh,
It wasn't
powdered
dark.
milk. Yeah, it had powdered milk in it.
The whole thing of like it coming in a can, I don't know why, freaks me out. So I'm definitely gonna pass too.
Well, that's all we have for today. So be sure to follow us on Instagram at thecollegevoice_KSU for more content. And subscribe to us on YouTube at The College Voice where you can catch up on all of our latest episodes. See you next week.